What is up, everyone? I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees, and the Yankees grab an absolutely huge win. Now you put yourself in a position where you have Garrett Cole going tomorrow in the rubber game. You feel like you have a shot to win this series, and if the Yankees can somehow win this series, I mean, they are so undermanned, they are so injured, they're so battered, bruised. I mean, any word you want to use to describe this team right now in the book, they're at least going to avoid a sweep. They've played two really close games with the Tampa Bay Rays, and today was, late game heroics by Harrison Bader. He's been a breath of fresh air for this lineup. And the Yankees are definitely reaping the rewards of having him back. But with that being said, before we get started with anything, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate your guys' continued support throughout the 2023 season, and we hope you guys join the Fireside community so you guys can hear out what we have to say about the Yankees and keep yourselves updated with what's going on with the day-to-day operations. But with that being said, let's get started with the pitching. And Domingo Germán was solid today. After a pretty rough first inning where he gives up 2 runs, he got hit around a little bit. He shut it down. He gave the Yankees a chance to win. And, is a chance to win, does that always mean going out there and having your A stuff? Like last outing for Germán where he goes out there and he almost no-hits the Cleveland Guardians. No, it's not always a matter of, going out there and having an unbelievable performance. But giving your team the chance to win is something as simple as what Germán did, right? Keep it within 2. That's what he was able to do. Just gave up 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts. Relied heavily on that curveball. Wasn't really going out and getting a lot of strikeouts. I know 5 strikeouts is not a little amount, but the Rays were not making it easy for him. He was put in situations where the game could have gotten away from him. He was able to get big outs, and you got to give credit to someone who's able to do that. Look, end of the day, Germán is a piece of this rotation that, he's someone that is going to need to factor into a lot of things the Yankees do for this season, because we don't know when Rodon's coming back. We don't know, when Frankie Montas will come back. And quite frankly, it's May. There's no acquisitions. There's no one immediately in AAA that stands out as an option to start in the situation of injury or when guys return or as upgrades. So Germán's he knows he's got to keep tossing, solid innings, and he's got to string it together and be a consistent part of this rotation. And today he proved his mettle. This is a really important start for him. He was able to go out and do a job, and it helped the Yankees tremendously. And the bullpen. The bullpen hasn't been an issue for the Yankees all year, but today it was excellent. Wandy Peralta, he worked through 2 hits to get 2/3 of innings completed. Ron Ignacio came in and relieved Wandy Peralta. 1 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks, no runs. Continues to be excellent. Clay Holmes, he gives up a hit. He was missing to Randy Arozarena. The first slider he threw, the first sinker he threw, they weren't close. Then, of course, he serves up a hit, and you're thinking to yourself, what are we doing? Why did we bring him back out here? Why did we trust Clay Holmes? Even with a limited bullpen, you just feel like this inning's going to start getting away from you. And he gets a big double play. He locates a sinker against Brandon Lau, a huge pitch. And this is once the Yankees had already, recaptured the lead, right? The Yankees had put up a 3-run 8th inning, and now Clay Holmes is asked to give that shutdown inning. And in just 7 pitches, he gets the job done. He works around the leadoff single. He gets a double play, and then he immediately gets the next batter out. That's a big performance from Clay Holmes. Look, he's struggled a lot lately, and he's definitely someone who's still got to work his way back into things, but that's a huge inning for him. I think the stuff is there. It's a matter of command and consistency, and I think he'll get to that point at some point during the season. I still have confidence in Clay Holmes. I hope that doesn't burn me. But yeah, I'm still confident in Clay Holmes. He's still that guy in my opinion, and thankfully he was able to come through in that 8th inning. And then Ian Hamilton, look, he did not make it easy for the Yankees. Did he pitch himself into trouble? No, but the first batter, Jose Siri absolutely smokes the ball 401 feet to dead center. It's a home run in 4 out of 30 ballparks. You're glad you're playing in the Trop and not anywhere else. Is that luck? I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but it's an out in the books, and that's what I'm going to call it, a fly out. But with that being said, next batters, he's able to settle down. He gets a strikeout, gives up a 2-out double to Luke Raley, but is able to sit down Isaac Paredes on a weak flyout. Ian Hamilton, the feel-good story for this bullpen. This is just a guy who's shoved all year. He's been excellent for the Yankees all season. He's a remarkable pitcher. He's come out of nowhere for this team. Look, if you guys aren't aware about his story, I wrote a great article about him and what he's gone through. But if you want a quick summarization here, I'll obviously link the article in the description. He suffered a horrible injury. He takes a foul ball off of the face back in 2019 while in the dugout during a AAA game while he was still a part of the White Sox organization. It took him 8 surgeries over the course of 2 years for him to for him to, have a normal life again. And he's bouncing around from organization to organization. He spent time with the Phillies. He spent time with the Mariners. He spent time with the Guardians, the Twins. He only actually pitched for the Guardians and Twins. The Phillies and Mariners, acquired him and then DFA'd him promptly during the offseason. And quite frankly, the Yankees found something in Ian Hamilton. That Salambio is freaking gross. And now he's up to 23 strikeouts in 19 innings pitched. He's allowed 17 total base runners, so his whip is under 1. A ground ball rate of 59.5%, a FIP of 204. This dude's just gross. He's a multi-inning weapon for the Yankees. He's extremely versatile. And quite frankly, he's been one of the best relievers on this team, one of the best relievers in all of baseball, and he doesn't get enough credit for that. But with that being said, let's talk about the offense now. And if you want to summarize the offense, you can summarize it as Harrison Bader, who had 2 of the huge hits for the New York Yankees today. I mean, good Lord, where would the Yankees be if Harrison Bader was not around this series? He hits the big 3-run home run yesterday. While the Yankees aren't able to pull away with that win, he gave them a shot. He put them right back into that game. And the same thing happened tonight. 8th inning, big singles, puts this team on his back. That's what Harrison Bader does. He is that guy, folks. And quite frankly, if you're looking at Harrison Bader, are you looking at him to continue to produce this way all season offensively? Probably not. He's not going to hit 308-10 a year, likely. He's not going to have an 846 OPS, probably. But now you're starting to see this outfield take shape. You're looking at a guy like Jake Bauers and hoping he can figure it out defensively because he's just so inconsistent. It's one play. It looks like he's making a great play, whether you look at that play in Texas or an excellent throw to get a runner advancing to third. And then, of course, there are those, what is going on plays, right? Obviously, the big one with Cordero yesterday, and of course today, dropping a ball that's had a 99% catch probability, and it somehow wasn't an error. So, with that being said, if he finds some routine, some consistently defensively out there, and he's able to get the bat going, the Yankees suddenly have not a terrible outfield, right? Bader, Judge, and Bauers, you'll live with it. It's better than when you have IKF, Hicks, and God knows what. I mean, whether it's Cabrera or you're throwing Calhoun out in right field. Not to say Calhoun's been terrible lately, but, he's not a great defensive outfielder. He's one of the worst in the league. So, it gives you more options. It allows you to open up the playbook a little bit more and open up your lineups a little bit more and just have that little bit more depth. Of course, end of the day, the Yankees are going to need their guys to start hitting eventually, but getting pieces back certainly helps. Hopefully the Yankees can parlay this into a win tomorrow, and if they can grab a series win, it'll be a back-to-back series win for the New York Yankees. That's not a bad turnaround after the recent string of games they played against the Rangers, against the Twins, against the Blue Jays, where they've played uncompetitive baseball. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys so much. You guys have been great with support lately. And of course, you guys can check out our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook, and of course, our YouTube page. If you guys listen to this on Apple or on Spotify, drop us a 5-star rating. And of course, you guys can join the conversation in the comment section below. Let us know what you guys think about today's game and what your takeaways were. My big takeaway, Harrison Bader is that guy, and this bullpen is nasty, right? They just need to find offensive consistency. Gonna hammer that point home. It's offensive consistency, offensive depth. Those are the things this team struggles with. When they pitch very well, they don't always win, but it's hard to not win when you only give up 2 runs. But this team has certainly found out ways to do that. But today they were able to get the job done, and that's on the backs of Harrison Bader. Hopefully a sign of things to come down the road. But with that being said, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.